Hey guys, it's Bex, and I am back with a book haul that has sort of been in the making for a while. I've been buying books here and there, and I've never felt the need to make a book haul when I've only gotten one or two books at a time, but now I feel like I finally amassed enough that I could actually make a legitimate video. So I have a few books here, some of which I have actually already read because I couldn't wait to read them. So yeah, I apologize for that. If you stalk me on Goodreads, then you know that I've read them already. The first book that I have already finished reading is The Hidden Magic of Walt Disney World by Susan Vaness. This is one of those books for diehard Disney fans who love going to the parks and finding out all those little secret things hidden all over the place. And it's not just the basic stuff. Like, a lot of people who are into Disney, at least to some extent, know the basics of the park. This has got some awesome stuff in it, and I was reading it and I was just getting really excited again, and I really want to go back to the parks, even though it wasn't that long ago that I went. But the people who get to go 3 times a year, you're really lucky, and you would be the kind of person who would enjoy a book like this. But it wasn't a hard read at all, so this is one I've already finished just because I was so interested in seeing what it said. The second book that I have acquired that I have also read already is Wild by Cheryl Strayed. I will definitely be doing a review on this book because it is awesome. I read it on the plane to Washington, D.C. and while I was there because I couldn't wait to read this book. It's basically a memoir about a single woman walking the Pacific Crest Trail, which goes from the border with Mexico and California all the way up to the border with Washington and Canada. And she hikes a lot of that, not all of it, but a lot of it. I'll get into way more detail when I do the review, but it's an awesome book, I can tell you that already. Now I will show you books that I haven't actually read yet, and I don't have to feel badly for not having told you about them, yet already having read them. This is a big one right here. It is Insurgent by Veronica Roth, the follow-up to Divergent. You all know that I love Divergent very much, and I really need to read Insurgent. I've heard kind of back and forth things about it. Some people absolutely loved it, some people didn't like it as much as Divergent, so I'm a little hesitant to read it, but it's definitely coming close on my list for the next book to read. Next 5 books that I have to show you. I went to Goodwill for the first time with one of my friends, and we got books. I have never been to a Goodwill in my life. I grabbed all these books and then I had to cut down the amount that I have just because there's some really good finds in there if you're willing to look. The first book I got was Let Me In by Jean Ajvid Lundqvist. It's a Swedish book, so hopefully I did that name justice. But it is a vampire book, but not in this Twilight sense at all. It's about kids who are vampires, or at least a girl who is a vampire and becomes friends with a boy who I believe is a human. Maybe he becomes a vampire, I don't know. But they made a movie about it too, both in Swedish and in English, which seems to be kind of the thing to do right now. Think Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I read the first couple pages just to kind of see if I would like it or not, and I liked the writing style and it sounded pretty interesting, so I picked it up. The next book I got was Chocolat by Joanne Harris. I absolutely love this movie. It is one of my favorite movies ever. Les and I actually first watched it, I think it was the winter of freshman or sophomore year of high school, and ever since then it was like a tradition to watch the movie at least once a year around Christmas, get a whole bunch of chocolates and watch the movie. It is so good. Johnny Depp, I'm not usually attracted to Johnny Depp, but in Chocolat he looks really nice, really fine. Yeah. Next book I got was The English Patient by Michael Ondaatje. I have never heard his name pronounced before, so hopefully that's kind of right. But it's The English Patient. It's what the movie is based off of. I have not seen the movie either, but this is a post-World War II book, which means, oh, Becca's got to pick it up. So yeah, I grabbed this book, and then I came home and I was telling my mom about what I got. She's like, you know, we have that book in our shelf, right? And I was like, oh, my parents have a separate bookshelf from me, and sometimes they actually have hidden gems in there that I would want to read, but the majority of the time they don't really have books that I would be interested in, so I was kind of like, oh, alright, well, I have my own copy now. So the second to last book that I acquired was Under the Tuscan Sun by Frances Mays. There's a movie for this one too, and I haven't seen the movie either, but this is about Tuscan Sun being Italy, and this woman goes traveling to Italy as far as I can tell. It's a travel book, and I love travel books, especially ones that are told in some sort of story format where you really get to sink yourself into the culture. So I, of course, grabbed this one. And then lastly, this was the best find by far. When I saw this book, I did the little, oh my god, like some people do when they're really excited when they see a book that they've been looking for a bit. That would be me. There was other people around. It was a little embarrassing, but at the time I was so excited about this book that I didn't even care. It's A Secret Kept by Tatiana DeRosnay. She's the one who wrote Sarah's Key, and oh my god, I have been waiting to get this book for a while, and then I found it in Goodwill for $2. It is in like fabulous condition. It looks brand new, and I'm so excited to read this book because Sarah's Key was so fabulous. And it's not a sequel, but it's by the same author, and I know it's just, oh, I just love her writing style so much, so I was so excited to get this book. You can tell I'm excited now because I'm talking faster and I'm doing this thing. So that brings my little book haul to a close. If you guys have read any of these books, let me know. If there's anyone you specifically want to hear a review on, there's some that I will definitely be doing a review on, and you know I'll be doing a review on Walt, but there's any of the other ones, when I read them, if you really want me to do a review, let me know. Just had to get a little bit more books before I go back to school, which, you know, is completely logical, but that's the way it is sometimes. So thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have anything to say about any of the books that I have, because who doesn't love talking about books? Bye!